Hey guys, Prowl1701 here, and today we're going to talk about episode 12 from series 1 of Blake 7, which is called Deliverance. Almost all the way through series 1. It's going a lot quicker now that I really just have to do reviews, since I don't film reactions. I'm really getting through the series. Of course, I've got my Blu-ray set right here for series 1. I do intend to collect all 4 if they release all 4. I liked this episode. This episode's a little forgettable in the sense that for some reason I have a harder time remembering what happened. Like, right before I started reviewing this, I had to stop and be like, what the heck happened last episode? So it's not like as memorable as some of the episodes that we've had before. I still enjoyed it. I love the fact we get some character development for Avon and Travis, actually. There's a little bit at the beginning when these two guys are flying on this shuttle, and one of them's apparently a medical doctor, and the other one is trying to fly home because his dad is sick. We find a lot of that out in exposition later. But there's an accident on board, and they end up crash landing on the planet. The doctor is killed, and the other guy is injured, gravely injured. But Travis finds out that the doctor is the one that's kind of being used in this. This is all a plan by Severlin to get control of something called Orak, which I believe is a computer, a robot, a computer, which the other pilot, the one that survived, his dad had invented, but his dad's in bad health. And when Travis finds out the scientist that's involved in this, he actually expresses regret. You actually see some human emotion, which Travis, I think Steven's done a good job playing Travis. I like him in the role. But Travis has been a bit of a two-dimensional character. You know, vengeance against Blake, cruel, does whatever's necessary, vengeance against Blake. Which, of course, Blake's the one who caused his injuries. You know, we did get some nice backstory between him and Blake when Travis first showed up. But it's neat that you actually see him a little regretful and unhappy that the doctor that saved his life, because this is the doctor that fixed him when he was injured, that saved his life, that doctor is the one that's basically being thrown to the wolves in this, that he's going to be declared a deserter no matter what, which means his family will be sent to prison or be sent to exile or something like that. His wife and kids are going to get punished because of this plan Severlin has. And I like the fact that you can tell this affects Travis, that this bothers Travis, that he's not happy about it. He's not comfortable with it. I like that regret that goes on his face. So one, this fleshes out Travis a bit to me. It humanizes him a bit to know that he can feel this caring for other people, this empathy for other people. I really like that. It makes Travis feel like a real character to me, to know that there is someone out there that can have that kind of emotional impact on him. The fact that he owes this guy his life, that he thinks the guy's a good officer. He even says that he's a good officer. And that Travis feels that regret and loss. I really, really liked that a lot. The fact that they gave one of the bad guys that little bit of humanity goes a long way with me. And really it makes me appreciate Travis as a character more. I also like some of the stuff that's done with Avon. There's really a couple things going on in this episode. You have stuff that's going on the Liberty, stuff that's going on the planet. Also, the stuff going on the planet, I don't know if that's the surviving film elements or not, but it looks really good. The stuff shot on the planet, which is the location work, looks great. I don't know if that's the original film elements or if they've just touched it up really well. Looks fantastic. And you basically have Avon, Gan, Villa, and Jenna, who are on the surface. They're checking for survivors. They find the medical doctor dead and the other guy injured. They beam up to the ship, and then they realize Jenna's not there, and Jenna's been taken by this group of kind of savages, cavemen, kind of like the cavemen from An Unearthly Child in a way. And she's lost her bracelet, so Avon and Villa and Gan are all split up trying to look for her. They meet up. They can't find her. But then the Liberator has the injured pilot on board, and he manages to wake up and get a gun and hold Callie at gunpoint to force Blake to take the Liberator to his home planet where his dad is sick because his dad only has so much time he has to get that medicine or he'll die. And so Blake, under duress, has to take the Liberator, which leaves the rest of our crew stranded on the planet. You have to forgive me, my sinus. I have a really bad sinus infection. Well, actually, just a middling sinus infection, but it's still annoying. So it leaves Avon and them on the planet. They do manage to rescue Jenna. I feel bad for Jenna. She doesn't get a lot to do here. She gets to escape, but as soon as she escapes, she gets captured again. You know, kind of that trope where she gets out, and then there's one of the people standing there, and she's like, crap. You know, it's kind of tropey. But they manage to rescue her and fight their way, and they find this underground bunker with this one woman in it. And I like her acting, by the way. And she thinks Avon is a god. And I love the way Avon handles this. You know, Gan or Villa is like, you're enjoying this, aren't you? And Avon's just like, probably. And he says that with that deadpan expression. And it's almost like he doesn't know what to make of her kind of groveling at his feet. And she's like, I will stay down here until you forgive me. And he's immediately like, I forgive you. So please get up, you know? The way he does that immediately, like, I forgive you. It's like, he sees her as a person. I like Avon a lot. He's probably my favorite character. Him and Blake are easily my two favorite characters. But Avon, it's interesting because he comes off as, I don't know if aloof is the right word. He's very cynical. You know, obviously he's been through a lot in life. And granted, he lives in a very cynical universe. The Blake 7 universe, a very cynical universe. And he's pragmatic and a realist. He is. He knows that if something looks like a trap, there's a good chance it's a trap. And he has this deadpan delivery. But I like that inside, he really does seem like a caring person. The fact that Avon goes through everything he does here to help this woman and her people says a lot. Because he didn't have to do that, but he does. They find the old missile silo. They find out about the genetic banks being stored in the rocket. They make sure they do everything they can to turn the power back on and launch the rocket. The fact that Avon goes through all of the lengths that he goes through to help this woman, to help her people, says a lot about his character. And I really like that. And we don't see that a lot because he kind of keeps that buried in. But I like the fact that knowing deep down he does care and he does like to do the right thing. There have been several times where Avon could have left the group and gotten away. But even if it might be to his own detriment, or he might think so at the time, he goes out of his way to help the crew. And I really like that. I just love the character development Avon gets in this. And I love Paul Darrow's performance. And the fact that he does so much of that through that deadpan delivery. This episode also has some little dialogue parts I really like in it that I can't remember right off the top of my head. It's been a few days since I watched it. So I enjoyed this one. It's odd that it doesn't quite stick in my head the way some of them do. The story itself, to me, was fine. It didn't blow me away, but it was fine. It's not as memorable as some of them. And I wish Gan and Villa and Jenna had a little more to do, because I really want them to get fleshed out more. But I really like the character development, especially for Avon and Travis. That really makes this episode shine to me. It humanizes the both of them a little bit more, and I really enjoyed that. So I thought this was a really fun watch. Some good character development in it. So episode 12, Deliverance, the penultimate episode of Series 1 of Blake 7. What do you think of it? Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button as well. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. The reactions, full unedited reactions to the first 7 episodes of Series 1 are on my patrons, are on my Patreon. If you would like to become one of my patrons and see that, I think they're all available at the entry level. It's either the entry level or the $5 level. I forget exactly. Check those out. I also have a P.O. box down there if there's anything you'd like to send me to look at and review. A link to my Amazon wishlist is down there. A link to my Amazon UK wishlist is also down there. I've updated those recently. Most importantly, thank you for watching.